Welcome back. Sparking Up TV, episode 7. We made it to 7 episodes. Oh man. Welcome to another episode of Sparking Up TV. I'm Slick.
And I'm Roxy. And of course, just like with all the other episodes of Spark It Up TV, we start with our Mix It Up drink.
Beautiful.
Tonight's drink is called Henny Colada or Hennessy Colada, whichever one you want to call it. And it's basically just a twist on the classic Pina Colada recipe with some Hennessy. But we use coconut cream and pineapple juice instead of using the store or manufactured Pina Colada mix because it kind of gives it a better creamy taste. So Henny Colada is a drink of the night.
Yes, Lord.
See if you can try it at home. You just put however much Hennessy you want to put in there. About 2 to 4 ounces of coconut cream, some pineapple juice to taste, put some ice in a blender, blend it up, and you're good to go.
Amen.
You like it?
Beautiful.
Henny Colada with a little umbrella.
Colada.
Spark it up. Drink up.
Big murder.
Crazy blue, like St. Elmo's fire. We get high.
Come on, spark it up.
We get high.
There you go. You got it.
Crazy blue,
Nice.
Who you got?
like St.
Go ahead.
Who you got?
Welcome back to Spark It Up TV, and this is a
Dun,
new
dun, dun.
segment called Who You Got? And basically, we've rounded up some folks, whoever wanted to participate. NFL picks every week. Everyone picks out of all the teams that's playing,
Right.
who they choose, who they favor to win the game.
Right.
And the person with the most
Wins
picks or wins
for the entire season.
for the entire season, at the end of the season, gets either a $50 gift card of their choice or $50 worth of NFL gear of the team of their choice.
Right.
So week 1, Slick and Altitude won with a tied winning record of 10-6. So congratulations to them. But it's only the beginning.
I know.
It's 3 other people in the game, so you know.
Right.
You never
Shout out
know
to
what
all
they do.
our participants. This is going to be extremely close. I just feel it in my bones. It's going to be a close race all the way to the end. Great competition. Shout out to all the participants. $50 gift card or $50 worth of NFL gear of the team of their choice are prizes.
Right. So if your team sucks, you might be able to get a lot of gear because their gear probably don't cost a lot.
True that though.
But you know,
You
whatever.
never know.
All right. So week 2, the beginning of this week was the last time that you could, I guess,
Submit your picks.
Submit your picks. Absolutely. Thank you. Needed them. Them 2 words.
Oh, thank you.
3 words. Submit your picks.
Yes, if
To
you haven't
us.
submitted your picks by now,
You can't play.
you're cut off.
Cut off.
You're cut off.
So, make sure you check the website, www.sparkituptv.com, so you can see our picks and keep along with us to see who wins and who doesn't.
Now, who are you going to root for?
I won last year, but we ain't going to talk about that. Spark It Up TV. Who you got?
Who you with?
NFL picks.
We get high. We get high. Crazy blue, like St. Elmo's fire. We get high.
Come on, spark it up.
We get high.
There you go. You got it.
Crazy blue,
Nice.
like St.
Good, eh?
Elmo's fire.
Good job.
What's real between me and you ain't none of that business.
Love you. Technically speaking, welcome back to Spark It Up TV episode 7. We are going to premiere this episode with one of our favorite segments called Technically Speaking.
Yes.
Go ahead, baby.
Yes, Technically Speaking is a segment where we talk about things involving the internet and technology.
Right.
So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the Facebook Messenger app and privacy and, you know, things that's going on with that. If you don't know by now, if you have the Facebook app on your phone, a couple of weeks ago, they were forcing people to download the Messenger app as well in order to get your Facebook messages through your phone. So a lot of people were upset and complaining that, you know, it was asking for too much information. It asked for things like your contacts, your ability to dial a number, the use of your camera and a microphone. And people were like, why would Facebook need all that information? Like, just to put my camera on at any time.
They can take pictures.
And then do what with it? So, even though people were having some issues with that, 500 million people so far have downloaded the Messenger app.
Sheesh.
So it must not be too controversial.
Right.
Because people are still getting it. So I guess people value being able to message people on Facebook
It's very important.
more than they do their privacy.
Sad.
So along those lines, and technically speaking, this week it was announced that Facebook is currently worth $200 billion.
What?
Yes.
200 billion.
billion.
With a B.
Yes.
Not
And
million.
it put it among the
Billion.
world's biggest corporations.
Shit.
Facebook shares rose 0.8% to 77.89% on Monday, September the 8th, at its close in New York. The stock's rise has boosted Mark Zuckerberg, who is of course the founder and CEO of Facebook, boosted his wealth to $34.5 billion.
Just for making up Facebook.
He owns shares, which gives him 61.6% of the voting power in the company.
Damn.
So one of the things that I think that makes Facebook so valuable is because of the wealth of information that it gathers from its members. If you ever notice when you go on Facebook, if you were in another browser or another window and you were looking at something to buy, when you get back on Facebook, the advertisement for something similar or that particular product is on your Facebook feed.
Right.
You know why? Because they scan your personal information, they look at your history and what you've been, what you're accustomed to looking at and what you look at frequently, and they put, they put you in a box. They label you and they say, okay, this person likes this person likes that, and then advertisers are then able to come in and advertise to you, and it's basically an attentive audience because you're already on Facebook, so they just bombard you with advertisements. So that's what, in my opinion, why Facebook is worth so much money. $200 billion, because it has a focused audience that is already going to be there, already looking at the app. So all you have to do is put ads on it. It has all your personal information and everything like that. So it's up to you to decide. Do you want the Facebook Messenger app on your phone? Do you want the Facebook app on your phone in general? Also to note, the Facebook Messenger app is not the only app that asks for a lot of information on your phone. So when you're downloading stuff, just make sure, when you're looking at, it says access to your contacts, access to your camera, access to everything. And some people have their bank information on their phone and other, passwords and stuff. So just be real careful when you're downloading stuff like that.
Right.
Now, the next thing, and technically speaking, is a new app called the Wakey app.
Wakey.
So, say that you're a person who doesn't really get up when your alarm clock goes off, or you have an alarm on your phone, but it doesn't really go off. Well, there's a new app that's on Android and Windows. They're currently waiting on the Apple approval process, where strangers will call you to get your ass out of bed.
Damn.
So, the strangers don't have your telephone number, but what they do is you have people who are wakies and then you have people who are sleepyheads. And the wakies can go in the app and they are assigned certain sleepyheads that they call and wake up at the appointed time that sleepyheads want them to wake up.
Wow.
So Wakey
Too much.
Has a strong international following in Russia and reports that 1.5 million followers have already placed 30 million wake-up calls.
Damn.
So,
That's too much.
we now live in a world where we want strangers to call us and get us out the bed.
Damn
Or
shit.
wake us up to go to the club.
Right.
Or wake us up to go pick the kid up from school. Or whatever the case may be. Wake us up to go to school.
That's crazy shit.
Would you want an app where a stranger... Now, the stranger doesn't have your telephone number, but
How they gonna call you?
because the app
Oh,
has
the
your
app
telephone
doesn't have
number
your
built
telephone
in, right?
number.
But it doesn't show them what your phone number is. Would you,
Hell no.
what? You just can't set your alarm and
And
wake up. But everything ain't for everybody.
no.
So,
That's too much.
in the event that you want to have an app wake you up, it is called Wakey. WAKIE. Get your ass up.
Get your ass out of bed.
Technically speaking.
Well, I have a special entry for this segment.
Okay.
Twitter music.
Mm-hmm.
So Twitter arguably is the most powerful tool for artists in recent years. Social media has announced that there will be a new feature called the bot. They announced that they have put a buy button when you send a tweet. When an artist sends a tweet, basically, when they share a link of their project or some sort like that, it's going to be a buy button next to the tweet button.
Wow.
So if you want to buy the music, you just buy it directly from Twitter.
Wow.
Bam. And that's it. So it is partnered with commerce sites Fancy, Gumroad, Music Today, and Stripe, and more partners are expected to follow. Wiz Khalifa and Eminem are going to be the first artists that will be able to use this option. So if you're on Twitter, sooner than lately you can buy your favorite artists, CDs, music, and all that directly from Twitter.
Wow.
And a quick note from internationally speaking, the rock group U2 just dropped the album, and it was exclusively on iTunes, and everybody that has an Apple phone automatically had the album.
Whether they wanted it
or not, when U2 dropped that album, I know it was over the past week, excuse me. Whenever that album came out, everybody that had an iPhone had the album. And there were a lot of people pissed off about it. Like, how are you going to just hack into my phone and just put this album on my phone? Now, if you're a YouTube fan, you were probably psyched and all that. But if you weren't, then you were like, why is this album on my phone? I did not ask for this. So,
Wow.
Is that too much? Is that too much?
Yeah.
That's too much?
Yeah, I mean, you got to just look at what freedoms you give people when you click I accept. You have a choice. So, you know.
Read before you download.
You have iTunes and you clicked I accept. And then all of a sudden you got all this strange stuff on your phone.
Right.
We just never know what we accept. Nobody really reads the terms and conditions. We just click the box and click I accept. So I guess it's a wake up call to us all to just read more closely to what we allow people to do with our personal information. Technically speaking.
Crazy blue, like St. Elmo's fire. We get high.
Come on, spark it up.
We get high.
There you go. You got it.
Crazy blue,
Nice.
like St.
Good, eh?
Elmo's fire.
Good job.
What's real between me and you ain't none of that business.
Love you.
We can do away with the dull preliminaries and make love right away. We can spend the rest of our lives making love.
We get
So now,
Welcome back, Spark It Up TV, episode 7. I was about to say the Spanish word 7, but I forgot it. Don't judge me.
Siete.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Alright, so this is a new segment called Crank It Up. It is basically where I do, music reviews for latest albums, mixtapes, tell y'all the latest songs coming out and all that. So, first, I will do a quick review of the new Young Jeezy album called Seen It All. Now, Young Jeezy dropped his latest album, Seen It All, on September 2nd. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. This is an autobiographical feel. It talks about his beginnings when he used to be in the streets and everything of that nature, and how he grew into a hip-hop artist, and now is one of the top hip-hop artists. 10 years. 10 years? Good
I
Lord.
can't believe it's been that long.
Already. Because his first album will have his 10-year anniversary next year.
Wow.
So, wow. 10 years really sped. I feel old. Basically, the highlights of this album is substance. It's a lot of real talk tracks. Some tracks you can play for motivation. For example, you got tracks called Enough, Beats Like with Lil Boosie, the title track, Seen It All, and How I Did It. The production is very versatile. It has different sounds for different songs. The features hold their own for the most part. It's very gritty, very honest material. So, salute to Jeezy. I think this is definitely his best album by far. Only low part I can really think of after listening to this album a couple times is I really wasn't feeling the only females track with August Alsina. I really wasn't feeling it. And some people may say that the subject matter was a bit repetitive because while it was an autobiographical feel, but you know, some may say that the subject matter is a little bit too repetitive. But all in all, it's still a great album. The features on this album: Jay-Z, Akon, August Alsina, Lil Boosie, Rick Ross, The Game, Future, YG.
Wow.
I gave this a 4.75 out of 5. Great album. Definitely his best album in my opinion. So go get the Young Jeezy album.
Crank it up.
Crank it up, definitely. Next album is DJ Mustard. Now, for those who don't know who DJ Mustard is, he's a producer out of LA who released his solo album. Well, he's not rapping, he's doing all the beats basically. On August 26th, if you don't know, he produced hits for YG, 2 Chainz, Trey Songz, Kid Ink, Ty Dolla $ign, did I miss anybody? Tinashe, and a lot more people.
Wow.
I think he just did a song for T.I. too, I believe. But this album showcases his production, is how versatile he can be with his sound, which is pretty much a West Coast hood hip hop pop sound. It cranks a lot. He has a lot of hits on this one, like Face Down with YG, Big Sean, Lil Wayne, and Lil Boosie. No Reason with YG, Young Jeezy, and Nipsey Hussle, and Down on Me with 2 Chainz and Ty Dolla $ign. So y'all gonna check those out, definitely. Highlights of this album, the production for a lot of these tracks. There's only 12 songs on here, so a good, I would say 7 of them have great beats. The rappers hold their own, and they own the track. When I say own it, anybody can just rap on a song, but if you spit a verse with delivery and have a memorable, say something memorable in the verse, then it's your verse. You own the song. So a lot of the cats did that. That's on this album. A lot of catchy hooks. There's a lot of different rappers on this compilation, so you get a vibe for a different song. And the interludes were creative. A lot of albums don't have creative interludes. So shout out to Ty Dolla $ign and Tinashe for those interludes. Low points. It kind of feels like some of the tracks weren't really finished. You know how you listen to a song and it's like something is missing, but you don't know what. Yeah. Some of the songs don't really sound like they were complete. They were just sound like they were rushed through it. Some of the songs didn't fit the concept of the album. When you think of his album's called 10 Summers, so when you think of that, you thinking like
It's called
10 Summers.
Oh, 10 Summers. Okay.
Yeah. So you think of pretty much a cranking album, something you can play to the club and all that. You're gonna get fly, but he has some songs on here that really don't match that. So I give this and the hits won't be the mega hits. Like the hits that's on this CD, they're not gonna be like the hits he has on the radio. And unfortunate, but true. But I'll give this one pretty much a 3.25 out of 5. Solid production and good collabs. It's a summer party album. Hot tracks. Oh, Rick Ross, the king. Is he the king of the remix this year? He had released 2 remixes. Supreme remix with Fabulous Mason Big Crit, and he released another remix called Black and White with Styley, Gunplay, and Killer Mike, where they addressed the Ferguson situation. And Bobby Shmurda, who I think has the record of the summer. Yeah. Remy Ma did a remix. Yeah. She kills it. There's a reggae remix. I can't remember who on it, and there's also the official remix with Fad, Chris Brown, J Kids, Busta Rhymes, Yo Gotti. So shout out to everybody that I reviewed. Go check those projects out.
Spark it up.
Crank it up. Spark it up TV. Follow us on Instagram. Spark it up TV. Follow us on Twitter. Spark it up TV _
Nice.
SparkItUpTV.com.
Good job.
We'll be right back.
What's real between me and you ain't none of your business.
Love you.
We can do away with the dull preliminaries and make love right
Hello, everyone.
away. We can spend
I want to know, have you heard?
Have you heard?
there's a movie coming out called Dear White People. Dear White People is winner of the 2014 Sundance Film Festival Special Jury Award for Breakthrough Talent. It's a sly, according to their website, it's a sly, provocative satire of race relations in the age of Obama. Writer-director Justin Simeon follows a group of African-American students as they navigate campus life and racial politics at a predominantly white college in a sharp and funny feature film debut that earned him a spot on Variety's annual 10 Directors to Watch list. So, I've seen a few trailers for the movie. It looks very, very interesting.
It does.
I think that the poster with the afro and the white person wanting to touch the hair is perfect because, in my experience, I can't speak for anybody else, but even when I didn't have locks, white people always wanted to touch my hair. They wanted to know I used to wear wigs a lot before I, got the locks and started growing the locks. I used to wear a lot of wigs and my hair would look different every week, every 2 weeks, and they would always be like, how'd you grow what is, leave touching my hair. Get your hand out of my head.
Leave it alone.
So, in my personal experience, I think that they captured the essence of the movie with the afro and the white person's finger in the hair, because they always want to touch your head.
Right.
So, I didn't do all of my homework, so I can't tell you when the movie comes out, but if you go to YouTube and Google, or if you go to Google and search Dear White People, you'll see the trailers for it. It looks like a very interesting.
It looks funny. It really does.
Very, very funny movie about race relations. Something different from the slave movie, something different from the typical,
Amen.
help type movie.
If I see another slave movie, I swear to God on the screen, man.
It's just a look at, race relations from a different perspective, from a more up-to-date perspective. Right. So, is that something you would want to go see?
Oh, definitely. I would definitely want to see that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Dear White People.
Have you heard?
Check it out. Buzzword. Okay. This is episode 6.
Episode 7.
Oh, what did I say?
You said 6.
Okay.
Oh, good though.
What I meant to say.
Too many Hennessy collapse.
What I meant to say in episodes 1 through 6. The buzzword has kind of been light, on the lighter side of social media. But today's buzzword for episode 7 is a very serious buzzword. It's a hashtag that was happening on Twitter called Why I Stayed. And basically it was in response to all of the controversies surrounding Ray Rice and his wife, Janae, and the video that was released, the second video that was released of him
hitting her.
Him hitting her. Well, them getting into an altercation and him ultimately hitting her.
Right.
So the hashtag Why I Stayed is basically a victim's perspective of domestic abuse, because a lot of people questioned why she in fact stayed with him. At the time of the abuse, she was his fiance, and now she's his wife. So people were all up in their business talking about, I can't believe she married him, and why did she stay with him, and things like that. First of all, that's their business.
Right.
So, some examples of the hashtag Why I Stayed was, one lady said, I tried to leave the house once after an abusive episode and he blocked me. He slept in front of the door the entire night.
Damn.
Why I stayed. Then another person says, I stayed because my pastor told me that God hates divorce. It didn't cross my mind that God might hate abuse too.
Wow.
Why I stayed. He said he would change. He promised it was the last time. I believed him. He lied. Why I stayed. Because I was halfway across the country, isolated from my friends and family, and there was no one that could help me.
Across the country? Damn.
Yeah. you know, sometimes, you know, people move across the country with their significant other and they're away from their family. And so, you know, what would you, some people, you know, feel that they're helpless, you know, in that situation. They maybe have kids or they're, you know, away from their friends and family. So they really don't have anybody to lean on. And so the next one that I have, and this is the last one I'm going to read, it says, I was determined to make it work. I wanted my kids to have their dad around. I had convinced myself that what he did to me wasn't affecting them while I stayed.
Wow.
So, I chose this hashtag because a lot of people have been judgmental about their relationship based on a few seconds of what they saw of their relationship. And I just think that people just, you never know what individual people are going through as well as what couples are going through. So just send out your positive vibes and prayers for everybody involved in the situation. That, you know, the best thing to me that comes out of a situation like that is that people begin to talk about it. It sheds light on the issue. And I heard on WTOP here in the local area that in Fairfax County they said that their domestic violence hotline calls went up 84%.
Wow.
After this incident. So just in that particular area, you know, it brought some awareness, and at least people are reaching out and trying to get help because you never know what people are going through, like I said, from both sides. So hashtag why I stayed if you're interested in seeing some more testimonies of why people stayed, and then there's also a hashtag why I left too. So you can check those out on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. So that is the buzzword for the day, why I stayed. Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody get everything under control. If you know somebody that's going through something, all you got to do is reach out. Let them know you're there for them.
Men, control your emotions.
And women too.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Spark It Up. This is episode 7. Follow us on Instagram, Spark It Up TV. Follow us on Twitter, Spark It Up TV _ www.sparkituptv.com. Follow us on Facebook, Spark It Up. Anything else you need?
Don't forget, you can check out the Who You Got NFL picks on sparkituptv.com. See who's leading so far. It's only week 2, so you know, you never know what we're going to do. And I also want to shout out everybody who came out to the Work It Out Fitness and Networking Challenge that we did this morning. We walked 4+ miles.
My big ass did it.
From Virginia to Maryland using the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, and then we walked back from Maryland to Virginia. So it was a total of 4-point-something miles. And
I
we
walked
did
4
it.
miles wearing J's. I
That's
did
right.
it.
We're going to get him some walking shoes.
Hey man, cause my legs are through at
We
this
ain't
moment.
crossing up the bridge. We walking. All right. So thank y'all. We're going to keep those things going. We're going to have another fitness event real soon.
Yes.
Everybody was motivated. We had goodie bags and water. It was a
Yes.
good look. So thank you again for all those who came out. Look, check it out. Our website and check out our Facebook page to find out when we'll have the next event.
Right.
All right. Work it out.
Work it out.
Spark It Up TV.
Yo.
Peace.
We get high, we get high, crazy blue, like St. Elmo's fire. We get high,
Come on, spark it up.
we get high,
There you go. You got it.
crazy blue,
Please.
Spark It Up TV.
Good, huh?
Leave me that.
Good job.
What's real between me and you ain't none of that business.